What's up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Your boy Dread is back, and I'm here to give you guys my small review on the Eastern and Western Conference Finals and my prediction of the 2017 NBA Finals. To quote the dude from The Simpsons, the comic book geek, worst NBA playoffs ever. The NBA is about as predictable as professional wrestling in the WWE, and that's saying something. But Kevin Durant's remarks on it, I mean, he was kind of right. He's like, well, if you think it's predictable and you don't like it, then don't watch it. Like I said, despite the fact that I do think that professional basketball is predictable, he's kind of right. Don't watch it if you don't like it. But yeah, it wasn't. It's not really much to say. I mean, clean sweep by the Golden State Warriors, and I thought that if any series would go the distance, I think that it would be Golden State and San Antonio. But Kawhi Leonard was out for the majority of it. Hell, he was out for all of it. And Manu Ginobili, he can't do it all alone. And Pau Gasol, he's over the hill, and he's probably one of the softest big men in the game. Hate to say that. But, yeah, Golden State made it look like easy pickings. And poor Boston, I feel bad for the Celtics because Isaiah Thomas was out for the majority of it. I mean, they did manage to steal Game 4, I believe it was. They managed to steal that game, and I didn't think they were actually going to do that. But, hell, they did it, and they did it at the last minute, too, in a good fashion. I know what a lot of people are asking, did Cleveland win or did Boston lose? It was a combination of both, so stop asking that. I mean, one person's going, it's almost dumb to ask that question now because one's going to the finals and one is not. So, yeah, and also LeBron James, he passed a milestone. He broke Michael Jordan's postseason record for the most points. So, yeah, kudos to him for that. Now, this will be a completely unbiased prediction because I'm not particularly a fan of either team. I mean, I watch all their games, but I like my teams are the Los Angeles Lakers, Los Angeles Clippers, and the Chicago Bulls. But yeah, anywho, my prediction for this year's NBA Finals, because of what happened last year, I mean, in the fashion that Golden State lost in last year, Golden State is going to be out for blood. And a lot of people would argue that there's more pressure on Golden State this year than there is LeBron because, you know, they came back from a 3-1 deficit. But that's exactly the reason why there's more pressure on them. I mean, yeah, they might have came back from a 3-1 deficit and LeBron proved that he can face adversity and he comes alive in the fourth quarter. And some people also say that, well, because they have Kevin Durant, that there's more pressure on them. But I think there's less pressure because, come on, they were 73-9 last year in this last year's postseason or last year's regular season record. But yeah, there's a little less pressure on them this year than there was last year because they had so much to look up to. And a lot of people say, well, it don't mean a thing without the ring. It don't matter how good your regular season record is. If you don't walk away with that championship, then it doesn't mean anything. I kind of agree and disagree. But like I said, because of what Golden State went through last year, losing the way they did, they're going to be out for blood. And Kevin Durant and LeBron James is going to be a very, very interesting matchup. A lot of people say, well, he can't guard LeBron. Nobody in the NBA can at this point. I think the only person who would is probably a prime Kobe Bryant, but that's a whole nother video. I could argue all day long on LeBron versus Jordan versus Kobe, but like I said, that's a whole nother video. Weapons. I believe that Golden State, they have that, like, the whole West Coast style is, well, you live by the three or you die by the three. I think the only advantage that Cleveland would have is just a slightly better defense. Other than that, most of these games are going to turn into an absolute shootout. It wouldn't surprise me if the lowest score from either teams was like in the high 90s. I see like the lowest scoring game being like 97-101. Both teams are probably going to drop in the triple digits in all games. But let's see. Come on, they got. Iguodala is the sixth man for the Golden State Warriors. Klay Thompson. A lot of people say that Klay Thompson is inconsistent, but I think if there's any time for him to come alive, it's going to be this series. And Steph Curry, you don't need to say any more, any less about them. I mean, the man can drain threes in his sleep. But they got, but Golden State, not Golden State, but But the Cleveland Cavaliers, they've got also for their shooters, they got Kyle Korver, Kevin Love when he's awake, Kyrie Irving. I mean, I don't know if this means anything to you guys or not, but I think that Kyrie Irving is probably going to be the fastest guy on the court. Like I don't know if that means anything to you or not. And LeBron James, he is the Swiss Army knife of basketball players. Speed of a point guard. He can rebound like a center. The shot of a shooting guard. And he's got the post-out ability of a power forward and a small forward. So there's not really that much he can do. But he can only do so much by himself. And that's where the other team are going to have to step up. I might be taking a big risk when I say this, but I'm going to go ahead and say Golden State in 6 games. And this is exactly how the series is going to go. And you can quote me on this. I got game 1 and 2 going to Golden State, games 3 and 4 going to Cleveland, and then games 5 and 6 going to Golden State. That's my prediction. But anyway, that's my prediction. You guys let me know what you think in the comments, and I'll be back with another video soon. Thank you guys for watching. Peace.